Good morning and welcome to day 7 of our Canine Learning Academy's Trickmas countdown. It is day 7. That means that we are more than halfway done, and hopefully you guys are having a really good time enjoying working with your dog. So let me just double check to make sure I am streaming live. Yep, in the correct group. So if you have any questions as I go along on our live, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. I can see them now. I can also check them out a little bit later. We have several of our students that are currently, people in this group are taking a look at those videos and that I'm going live with, and they're doing the tricks at home, which is awesome. So thank you guys for sharing. Some of you guys are holding off on doing it now. Maybe you're shopping or it's really busy. My request is that just attempt to do a few minutes with your dog every single day. Now, whether it's what we're working on here together, or it's maybe something that you're working on that you'd like to work with your dog, make sure that you get a few minutes every single day to work with them. Short sessions work out the best for most dogs. All right, so today's trick, day 7, is called kisses. It is considered a novice trick, and it's really helpful if your dog already has a nose target to your hand, or in today's case, I'm going to show you a few repetitions using a sticky note. You can use a sticky note. Painter's tape also works really well. I always keep it in my training bag because I like to use targeting to transfer over to other objects. There are some Post-it notes that have a better stick. You can check them out on Amazon. So Post-it, some are really sticky. So this one's called super sticky, right? Super sticky Post-it notes, meaning I can put it somewhere and then move it and progress it into another location. And it has a pretty good stick, even if I use it a few times. So this has been used quite a bit, right? Especially if you're doing nose target and they're using their nose and it's wet, it can get really, can get used and hard to stick. All right. So I've got 3 dogs with me. So I've got little Bandit, Bentley is down here, and we've got Wrigley right here, and we'll see if she is up to this. This is the time that they normally take a little nap, so we'll see how it goes. So for this trick, it's again kind of like telling a secret. The goal is that your dog nose targets to your cheek, your forehead, or even the back of your hand. It's that when you say a cue like kisses or even make a kissing sound, your dog goes and offers that type of either a nose target to either your hand or directly to your cheek. So that being said, if you have a rambunctious dog, Cassie, I'm talking to you, don't put don't put them near your face, okay? Instead, do a nose target to your hand. All right. So you know how like I don't know, in some countries you offer your hand and, you know, the guy will come over and, or the girl will come over and kiss your hand. So you could do something like that with your dog instead. All right. Totally up to you. Now, some pet parents, okay, with being licked on the face. I don't really like it being licked. So I ask the dogs to use the nose target instead of opening their mouth. And if your dog is already licking, what you can do is I can show you some troubleshooting on how to get your dog not to actually open their mouth and instead use their nose target. All right, so a couple things you might need. Now, there's lots of different ways to teach this, but I'm going to show you a couple options real quickly. This is a quick tutorial. Sticky note. I'm going to use the clicker so that I can be really precise on when I'm marking. If you have long hair like mine, I would recommend putting it up for this trick so that you don't get your hair tangled with your dog. So in a bun or a ponytail, put away. I'm going to keep my headphones on for now for this trick. As far as flooring goes, you're going to be asking them to sit so that you're at their level at first. And now gradually you can sit on a couch and you can ask that your dog to do that on a cue, and then they'll come over and then offer it. You'll just have to present whatever it is, your hand or your face. If you've got a small dog like we have here with Wrigley and Bandit, Having them go on a platform or up on an ottoman on a couch is also can be helpful because they're not going to be able to reach that specific spot. So figure out before you begin the training what you want that goal, what you want it to look like. Hand, face, if you have a small dog, where are they going to be? Figure that part out first. Then you go into the training. The steps are pretty similar to what you've seen so far, but if you're brand new, I'm going to start from the very beginning. It's a nose target to either an object or in hand. If you've never done nose target, then you're going to want to start with presenting the object that you want your dog to touch, and you're going to present that object. Each time you present it, it should be put away each time. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple repetitions with a sticky note, and then I'll progress from there. Now, while I'm doing the training, I usually don't talk too much because the dog is right in front of me. So let me just go over the first few steps. If you've never done this before, let's try it with a sticky note. You're going to take one sticky note and just put the sticky part, on your thumb or something so that you can present it. And the sticky note should be in front of your hand. Okay, so not here, but your sticky note should just be presented. When you first start with asking your dog to give you a nose target, you want to place the object, whether it's your hand or a sticky note, about 2 to 4 inches away from their nose. So it starts right in the middle, right here. Then after you get some clicks and treats, you're going to mark and reward and da-da-da-da-da. As you progress, then you're going to see me really quickly. I'm going to move it a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right because I want to see that the dog understands what I'm asking for, which is bring your nose towards. Now, some people ask, do they need to touch the object? That's totally up to you. Right. So when you're doing some more advanced tricks, they do need to use their nose to whether it's open something or if you're asking for a sustained nose target, sometimes it's just a target. So we don't need them to actually push it. But I like to do a little bit of both. So whatever you mark, that's where your dog is going to go. Okay, that's exactly what you want me to do. So if you don't want them to contact that, then first start by just marking a little bit sooner. Now, if you've got a dog that's opening your mouth and taking the sticky note, I've seen that before, then you're going to mark a little bit sooner. If you want your dog to contact the sticky note all the way through, or maybe even push the sticky note so that it's instead of looking like that, it's actually being pushed, then you're going to delay. That means you're going to wait to click versus clicking as they go. So at the very beginning, I'm going to present the sticky note, and then I'm going to mark for the dog looking at it. And then I'm going to ask for more. All right, so let me just see who is up for the task, and let's get started. We'll start with Miss Wrigley. So I'm going to present a treat. Okay, so she's taking food. That's good. Very good. How was that? All right, so we'll start with her. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to present the sticky note. Good. So I clicked because she looked at it, but she also, if you watch really closely, she's moving a little bit towards it. Now, I haven't done this with her, so this is all brand new. Okay, so you see that she's just pausing. She doesn't know what to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice a behavior she does know, which is nose target to my hand. Touch. There we go. Very good. So she's more concerned like, what do you want me to do? She wants some communication. Touch. Very good. So I'm saying her cue first, and then I'm presenting her hand. All right, so let's try it again. Touch. Very good. All right, so now I'm having to cue it. Touch. And look at that nice, good nose target. Touch. Very good. Touch. Oh, you got to scratch. Are you a little stressed out? Very good. Nice job. Touch. Nice. All right. So we've got her nose targeting the sticky note straight. I'm going to move it a little bit to an angle. Touch. You silly girl. Okay, so that was about 8 repetitions. I'm going to end her session right there. So she's a little concerned with the sticky note. So I've got an option to continue trying to help her feel comfortable with the sticky note so that I can transfer it over to a targeted spot, or I can change and say, you know what? It's probably better for her because she's more comfortable using a nose target. So this might happen to you and you saw live what I would do. I would just transfer it to a nose target to my hand, and I would place my hand on my cheek. All right. So after a few repetitions of that, I would progressively start to move my face closer to my hand. All right. So let me do the same thing with Bentley. Okay, Bentley. Just go. Okay. Nice. Okay, sit. Very good. All right, so we'll do a couple repetitions. I'm going to show you the other option with, well, I'll show you with the sticky note. Let's try it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to progressively move the sticky note closer to my face. All right. So he, just like Wrigley, wants some communication. I'm going to go ahead and call this, well, I'm just going to still call it touch. Touch. And I can transfer it over to a different cue later. Touch. Nice. Okay. So let's just say I've done a few repetitions. Come here, Bentley. Come on. Come on. Sit. Good. And let's just say that I done a few repetitions and we're progressing pretty quickly. Touch. Good. Touch. Come on. All right. He is laying down and I can't bend down any lower than that. So if you've got a few repetitions and you've got your dog touching the target consistently, then you can start to move that target closer and closer to your face till eventually you can take it into smaller pieces and you can stick it where you want your dog to target. All right. So at first you might look like this and progressively you can do something like that. So that is one option using sticky notes, and you would make it smaller and smaller because you're not going to go out in public with sticky notes until eventually you have just a little dot, right? From there, you can start to take that dot even smaller, and then you can do more of a tap like this if you'd like. Okay, nose target that way. The other option is to just use your nose target to your hand. Now, how it changes is the where you place your hand. So most time when you're doing a nose target to hand, you're gonna say your TOUCH, and then you're gonna present your hand, and it's usually looking something like this, right? And you're right at their nose level. Well, you're gonna need to progress to where you can place your hand, the back of your hand on your cheek. So the back of your hand on your cheek. So I might start off here, and then I would gradually move to my hand over here. Okay, Bentley, you want to give it a try? Come on, let's go. Come on, sit up. There we go. All right, let's just see if we can get him to do some repetitions. We'll do this really quickly. Okay, Bentley. No, sit up, sit up, sit up, sit up. Come on. Oh, there we go. Touch. 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 Nice. Touch. Okay, so after you're using your whole hand, touch. You can switch that to just 2 fingers. Touch. Very good. Touch. Touch. Very good. Okay. So after you've done 2 fingers here, if you want, go ahead. Okay, lay down. If you want to, you can make your target even smaller, same that we did with the sticky note. In this case, if you're using your hand, you could just end up with this just like this, right? You can switch it to 2 fingers. Be careful with your eyes. You can then switch it to 1 finger. From there, you can point. And then once you've got the behavior goal that you want, then it's time to take that trick and put it on a cue that you want to use. Again, a common cue would be something like kiss, or you can even make the kissing sound. Now, what the dog sees is they see this and they're familiar with nose target, right? Some of your dogs. But what they are picking up on is also this lean that I'm doing. So if you were to do a lot of repetitions and you really want to have this trick down, having those small training sessions, your dog will pick up on you leaning forward. So you can simply say KISS, which is like I'm saying touch, but then I'm presenting my cheek right here. And through repetitions, you're going to get a very soft touch if you click at that soft touch versus the punch on their from their nose. So that is kisses. There are options to also train it for the back of your hand. So instead of presenting your hand here, you can present the back of your hand. And again, you can point, you can say touch, but then you'd present the back of your hand. And then gradually you'd move your hand to eventually just be parallel to the ground so that your dog is doing a nose touch to your hand. All right. So that is the trick called kisses. Lots of options here. You can use a sticky note. You can use your hand. You can place the kiss on your cheek. You can place the kiss on your hand. Totally up to you. Super cute. When you are taking a picture of this one, it's good to have the camera out in front. And again, put your camera on live if you're taking pictures, if you have someone taking pictures, so that they can capture all of it. The one for this one I would recommend is to film a video and then take that video, roll through it, pause it, and screenshot that one perfect shot that's got your dog, right in position. All right. So you'd put your camera in front here. You'd be slightly leaned over to your dog. You could even do something like this, right? So I'd go here on this side and he'd come from over here and give you a kiss. Cool. Let me know if this was helpful. Again, this is a novice trick. Be careful around your face, but I'd love to see you guys give it a try. It's nose targeting, practicing one of those foundation behaviors that we use for a lot of other tricks. Nose target to hand, nose target to a sticky note. You could transfer this to lots of other tricks, especially the more advanced tricks that we have coming up. So we have day 8 tomorrow. And tomorrow is a really fun trick that a lot of you might not have seen before. So I'm looking forward to having you guys check that out. I'm Yoram Medeiros. Look forward to seeing your post. Post them in the group. I'd love to see you. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Bye for now.